So the other day we were talking about whether or not Steve Sarkisian was going to be able to pull away the number one player in the nation, the number one quarterback in the nation in the class of 2022, Quinn Ewers from the Ohio State Buckeyes. Quinn Ewers, being a Texas kid, was originally committed to Texas, decommitted, and then committed to the Buckeyes, and we knew that that would be an uphill battle. But Steve Sarkisian is looking to leave nothing to chance, as today it was announced that five-star quarterback, number 2 quarterback in the nation, and the 30th best player in the nation, Maalik Murphy, has committed to the University of Texas, and Texas fans have to be ecstatic, and we have to talk about it. But before we do, as always, y'all know the drill. Texas fans, I can't wait to hear from you. Go ahead and hop down into the comment and give me a Y for yes or an N for no. Are you excited about the commitment of Maalik Murphy? And are you already ecstatic about what this coaching staff is doing on this recruiting trail? Let me know what you're thinking. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell notification, as I do constant college football content, whether that's film reviews, player analysis, or general talk style videos like this. I do constant uploads, and I'd love to have you along for the journey as I push towards and beyond 2,000 subscribers. If you enjoy the video, drop a like and comment down below, because likes and comments go a long ways in helping channels like mine get picked up by the YouTube algorithm. But with all that being said, we have to talk about this, because we've already been talking about on this channel the exciting prospect of what Steve Sarkisian and this coaching staff can do. When you add in a Kyle Flood, who is a top 10 recruiter in the nation, when you add in a Jeff Banks, who is a top 10 recruiter in the nation, a Bo Davis that has been a lightning rod in recruiting and has tons and plenty of experience on all levels of football, you know that this coaching staff means business. And in a week where we already saw a 5-star running back commit to OU, Texas answers right back. And we already talked about, there was a possibility before this, albeit a long shot, that Steve Sarkisian could possibly flip Quinn Ewers from Ohio State, but it was just that. It was a long shot. And if there was any program in the nation that had a chance at flipping Quinn Ewers, it was going to be the Texas Longhorns, because the ties to Texas and the fact that you have one of the most gifted offensive play callers in all of college football in Steve Sarkisian. You saw what Steve Sarkisian just did at Alabama and what he did with Mac Jones. Sure, that Alabama roster was loaded with talent, but if y'all haven't checked out my Steve Sarkisian film review, where I dissect the play calling against an equally talented roster in Ohio State, please go check it out, because it really shows why prospects are so excited about playing under Steve Sarkisian, and already we're seeing the fruits of that labor. Maalik Murphy is an absolute freak. 24/7 Sports has him comped to Jameis Winston, and Jameis Winston in college was unstoppable, and even now, Jameis Winston is a gifted passer. For a high school kid to be comped to that is incredible. He stands 6'4.5" and currently weighs 225 pounds. We're talking about a kid who is junior year in high school is college football ready now as far as physique. And the Texas Longhorns are going to be getting just one of the most special players in all of college football right now. He has a ton of upside. As far as all the quarterbacks in the class, we know what Quinn Ewers is, and he's one of the most hyped prospects of the last few years, but Maalik Murphy has upside that can match Quinn Ewers in his production because of his just raw size and tools. While Quinn might be further ahead, well, not might be, while Quinn is a bit further ahead in his progressions, in his talent, Maalik Murphy can right that ship pretty quickly when you put him under a Steve Sarkisian. And we've already seen what Steve Sarkisian just did with a quarterback that was rated as a 3-star. And if you want to see what he did with a quarterback that was rated as a 5-star, just check out the offense under Tua Tagovailoa. A different offense, albeit, but one that was just as explosive. Steve Sarkisian has got weapons for days, and he's got ways to utilize weapons for days, and this Maalik Murphy commitment is going to be big. Texas already had a running back commit to the class of 2022, and when you're able to add in a 5-star quarterback, it pays massive dividends for the class as a whole. This is a coaching staff that, as we've talked about before, needs to utilize the Texas talent. There is a massive amount of blue chip talent in the state of Texas this year, as there always is, but this year in particular, my goodness, you look around the state of Texas and there are dudes everywhere. There are names everywhere. It gives you more cachet when you already have a 5-star signal caller interested in hopping on board with your class to where he verbally commits. This is a massive land for the Texas Longhorns, and this is exactly why you were so excited about the Steve Sarkisian regime. These are the recruits that Texas needs to be landing, and we hope that he can get a few more. So look, at one point, this is a great land. This is exactly what you needed. You needed a big-time signal caller for the future, a guy that Sark could really mold, and a guy that Sark was after, and he got that. He didn't want to leave Quinn Ewers up to chance, and I don't blame him, not when you can see the raw ability Maalik Murphy has and the way that Sark develops quarterbacks. I completely understand where Sark is going, and when you have a kid that, my goodness, is 6'4", 225 as a junior. And like I said, just go watch Maalik Murphy's films if you want to know who Maalik Murphy is and what he can do. Texas fans have to be ecstatic. The only but I will add into this is it cannot end here, and it won't end here with Steve Sarkisian, but it has to continue. This commitment will make it easier for it to snowball, but the state of Texas has got to be utilized by this coaching staff. Last year, and you've heard me say it again, and I'm going to continue saying it, because it needs to be realized. The state of Texas was not able to capitalize on its own talent last year. So many of these talented guys left for other programs, and the Sarkisian empire that is starting now really needs to be able to change that, and what a way to start it. 2022 has started off very good for recruiting for Steve Sarkisian. This class that he's building together, which will be his first class, the back-end class last year, it was impressive that he was able to keep Jatavion Sanders, but that wasn't Sark's class. They were able to do what they could, and that was about the extent of it. This next class is the one that's going to be his, and my goodness, already just adding in a bunch of excitement and getting a 5-star signal caller, Maalik Murphy. But I want to hear from you guys, Texas fans or college football fans. Everybody has to be excited about watching this kid play in college. So hop down into the comments and let me know what you think. Do you think that Texas just got their guy? I mean, my goodness, I do. When I watch what Steve Sarkisian did with Mac Jones, once again, y'all, if you haven't checked out that video where I break down the play calling and that, I'll link it in the description of this one. This is going to be a really fun combination to watch, and I can't wait. Comment down below, like the video, and subscribe to the channel. That's it. See ya.